What's up guys, it's Guap TV. We got UFC 314 main card predictions. Let's go. Now we got Dominic Reyes versus Nikita Krylov. Nikita obviously on a 3-fight win streak, hasn't fought since 2023. Dominic Reyes coming off a KO win against Anthony Smith and Dustin Jacoby. Two okay guys, obviously they're not that great, but still. We love to see Dominic Reyes win, right? So, for this one, I'm going to go 29-28 Dominic Reyes. I think he gets it done by decision here. Nikita's not submitting or putting away Reyes, I don't think. I just don't see that happening. He's put away Gustafsson, but, you know, that wasn't Gustafsson's prime. So I do think Reyes gets it done by decision here. I think just a bit more active. I do think he's just the better fighter right now. So I'm going to go 29-28 for Dominic Reyes. Here we go. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. Now, Pitbull's very dangerous, but he's old. So, I think Yair gets it done by decision here. I don't think he puts him away. Pitbull's a tough dude. He put away Michael Chandler in round 1. Obviously dangerous. I don't know why UFC don't have his picture updated. You know, $1 billion company, but it's alright. Can't put a picture in. So, I don't have his stats here, but yeah. I'm going to go Yair. Now, in order for Yair to win, he's got to stay on the outside, use his teeps, push Pitbull back, use them spinning back kicks, get that jab working, and, you know, mix it up, a few elbows here and there. I do think if it goes to decision, Yair will win. Pitbull's good, but he's just old, man. Like, he's just not going to get it done, I don't think. He's got that power and that, you know, explosiveness about him, but so does Yair. But I just think it goes to Yair by decision. Could be wrong. I don't know. I think it goes that way. Here we go. My main event for this weekend. I care about the other fights, but this is the main one I'm looking at. Bryce. I'm going to go Bryce by sub, and I think it's going to be second round. I think Gene Silver's going to be far too hyped up, you know, when he's done that barking and shit hanging off the side of the cage. I think this is good versus evil, and I think good will prevail. How this goes down is Gene Silver is going to be far too hyped up. He won't have his composure. Bryce is going to be very composed and just ready for war, to be honest. I think Gene Silver makes a mistake, slips up once. Bryce capitalizes on that, takes him down and just mauls him on top, to be honest. I think he ends up with a choke. And Bryce, when Gene taps, do not let go of that fucking choke. Make him go to sleep. Yeah, I do think Bryce gets it done. Obviously, Bryce is a pretty big underdog. I think 3-1 odds. So I'll put my money on Bryce any day of the week. I love Bryce. I love what he stands for. Don't give a fuck about the controversy. And this Gene Silver guy, I don't know. Not really a big fan of him. He's a good fighter. He's fun to watch. I'll give him that. He's very powerful and explosive. This could be a bad night for Bryce, but I think it's going to be a bad night for Evil. If we're talking, you know. I mean, look at the height difference, 5'10", 5'7". Bryce probably walks around at 160. Reach, 1 inch reach for Bryce. Leg reach, 3.5 inches. 17-3 for Bryce, which is good. Obviously got KO'd by Emmett, which is not a good look, but, you know, that's Emmett. Different fighter to Gene Silver. I'd say Gene Silver's probably a bit more dangerous than Emmett, to be honest, but I don't know. I just think Charles Jourdain could take down Gene Silver, and Charles Jourdain ain't really a fucking featherweight, to be honest. He's more of a bantamweight, you know what I mean? So I think Bryce outgrapples him. I mean, takedown accuracy, 43%, takedown defense, 80%. Now, that's not bad for Gene Silver, but still, again, Charles Jourdain took him down and made, you know, I mean, he got knocked the fuck out, but still. If Bryce gets you, he's not letting go. Seen that with many fights. Yeah, so I'm going to go Bryce by... I think it's going to be round 1, actually. I'm going to change my pick and go round 1. Gene's going to come in too overhyped, and I think Bryce will get it done. Moving on. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. Now, this fight's going to go one of two ways. Paddy either subs him in the second round. You know, they're going to feel each other out. Mike's going to try come in strong. Mike's a very explosive fighter. And we've seen that against Dan Hooker. Obviously, Dan Hooker's a very slow starter, so you know you could kind of see that coming. But Paddy the Baddy, I think he gets it done in the first 2 rounds. Now, if it goes past the second round, Michael Chandler will make easy work of Paddy. Paddy tends to gas after the second, third. Chandler's got some power in his overhands. Paddy leaves his chin up in the air. What Paddy needs to do is get them low kicks going, because Paddy's got some nice low kicks. Get them low kicks going, stay cool and composed, and just wait until Chandler slips up that one time with an overhand. Maybe take him down, grapple him. Paddy's grappling is very underrated. I think it's one of the best in this division. Call me stupid, I don't give a fuck. You can say Charles didn't submit Chandler, yeah, but Dustin Poirier did, and Poirier doesn't have the best grappling. I think Paddy's is better. So I don't want to hear all these Charles fans saying, yeah, but Charles didn't submit him. Yeah, but styles make fights, who gives a fuck? Poirier submitted him. So I think if it goes past 2 or 3 rounds, I think Iron Mike probably pieces him up and gets the finish late 4th. But if it's the early rounds, Paddy's dangerous. You've seen that against Bobby Green. I know the Jaron Gordon fight. Yeah. But I'm going to go... Man, it's tough. Give me Paddy round 2 submission. I think that's the bet for me. I think Paddy's the favourite as well. I think... Yeah. Oh, here we go. Live odds. Yeah, minus 155, plus 130. The reach, 1.5 inches, 2 inches in height. I think Paddy gets it done. He needs to stay on the outside, get them low kicks going. Don't leave your chin in the air. Tuck your chin, Paddy. You'll get caught with an overhand and get fucking clobbered. So yeah, I'm going to go Paddy by submission. Here we go, main event. Alright, this is interesting. Volk, obviously coming off 2 back-to-back KO losses. Had what, a year and a couple months out. His last fight was February last year when he got KO'd by Ilya. What a sad day that was. Anyways, now, in order for Volk to win, he really needs to be on the front foot. Diego Lopez fights his best when he's on the front foot. He does not fight well on the back foot. We've seen this with Dan Ige in the 3rd round. Right. Volk needs to get them low kicks going. He's got very nice low kicks. Get that jab going. Double it up. Fucking make Diego Lopez work. Mix in the takedowns. We all know Volk's a fucking monster. He just does not get submitted. I don't see Diego Lopez submitting him at all. Look at that takedown defense. 70%. Obviously takedown accuracy 40% for Lopez. Submission average, yeah, he's just not subbing Volk. That's not happening. I think... What are the odds here? Win by KO, TKO, Volk 52%. I don't think Volk... He could do it late 4th round, 5th round. Maybe if Lopez gasses. We've seen that against Dan Ige. He was gassed in the 3rd round. I think if that was a 5-round fight, Dan Ige puts him away. I think you guys are overrating Lopez a little bit. I think Volk might get it done in the later rounds once Lopez gasses. Now what Lopez needs to do to win is put that pressure on him straight away, just the same way Ilya did on the front foot, cut off the cage, get him backed up, and just start unloading vicious combinations. I think he could catch Volk and put him away, getting knocked out back to back. You know, like your chin's gonna crack. How old's Volk now? I'm not sure how old Volk is actually. He doesn't have their age on here, but I do think that Volk's chin is cracking. Well, we've seen it against Ilya and Makhachev. But is Lopez that good? We're going to find out. You know, he won against Dan Ige. Dan Ige was in short notice and almost beat him. He beat Brian Ortega, obviously that was a good fight, but Ortega is not that really good anymore. Like, he's dangerous, but he's not that good anymore. He used to be better. So this will be an interesting fight. I'm going to go Volkanovski. Is Lopez going to be conditioned to go all 5? Give me Volk by... Oh, this is tough. Give me Volk by round 5 stoppage. I think he mauls Lopez in the 5th. Am I being delusional though? I think Lopez could get it done in the 1st, and it might be a sad day. I think... Oh, this is tough. To be honest, we've seen it. I keep seeing all these fucking old people lose. You got they're not old, right? But they're old in the UFC compared to these young bucks, young hungry lions. You got Izzy losing to Imavov. You know, it's just a constant trend happening. My heart's saying Volk, my mind's saying Lopez. Oh. I'm gonna go Volk. Call me stupid, but round 5 TKO. If not unanimous decision. Lopez will win the 1st round, if not 2nd, and then Volk will win 3, 4, 5. I think that's how it goes. So yeah, that's my main card predictions for the UFC 314. Let me know in the comments what you think. It was good or bad picks. But yeah. Paddy Chan. This is a good fight card. This is one of the best of the year. But I really want to see Bryce Mitchell choke Gene Silva out cold. And I want him to be slept on the mat for fucking a minute straight. I'm sick of him. He's annoying. I love Bryce Mitchell. Let's go, Bryce. Enjoy UFC 314. I'll see you after for a fight breakdown.